reason, gets into the ocean and starts the life again. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the conscious science to give breakthrough to your DNA through natural selection process and to your consciousness through the conscious decision process. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is a sacred spiritual science. It is not bunch of do's and don'ts. No. Please understand, it is the revelations of sacred truths, cosmic truths, powerful cognition. It is still alive, that science is available, time-tested, foolproof. This science of living enlightenment is the complete solution for all the problems individual or society or modern day humanity is facing. Then you will understand all the problems of the modern day humanity. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution. Whether the terrorism or climate change, natural calamities or man-made calamities, for all the problems humanity is facing, the only solution is science of living in enlightenment, revealed by Paramashiva from the Vedas in the modern day through this body. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution and setting model community. KAILASA is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Paramashiva manifested this Kailasa Mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem and the lifestyle. I am going to revive this whole enlightenment ecosystem, Kailasa, by creating a model Kailasas all over the world. I will work sincerely and revive this spiritual science, which is the core for enlightenment ecosystem, making you all manifest the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and Kailasa Paramashiva, and making all of us manifest Paramashiva.
In a world ravaged by war, ecological destruction, hatred and division, KAILASA stands as a bold vision of human potential, coexistence, organic living, and alignment with nature. Over the past 50 years, the world has seen the creation of dozens of new countries, and so if anything, it would be odd not to see a new country formed in the 21st century. Without the protection of political legitimacy, there is an imminent danger that the great tenets, scriptures, and signs of creating an enlightened civilization, which span 56 states, 200 kingdoms, 1,700 samsthanas, and 10,000 sampradayas, will be forever lost to humanity. The Hindu diaspora are highly successful around the world. They formed this dispossessed diaspora who has been driven to other countries because they are unable to practice their religion authentically in their own country. They have flourished in countries where they have been allowed to settle with religious freedom. For example, in the United States, Hindus are the most educated and highest earning community, with 77% of them holding a bachelor's degree and 48% having an income of $100,000 or more. Although they are only 1% of the population, Hindus have launched 13.5% of the startups in the USA. They hold leadership technical and creative positions in companies such as Microsoft, Google, Facebook, etc. This success has been repeated around the world, in the UK, Canada, Australia, etc. James Kirkup, in his 2015 Telegraph article says, British Indians are not just the most successful immigrant group in this country's recent history, but the most successful group of people, full stop. He continues, more extraordinary than the rise in numbers is how it has taken place so harmoniously and profitably for this country and those in it. British Indians, quite simply, are among the most industrious, accomplished, and credible amongst us. The best of British, if you like. The same article says that British Hindus are barely 2% of the population, but 12% of all the doctors. Australia and Canada have understood the ingredients of fast economic growth of the country and are doing everything to attract the educated, rich Hindu community. Hindus are the fastest growing migrant population in Australia. In 2017, 200% more Hindus have received an invitation for Canadian Permanent Residency Program. Even now, the Hindu diaspora worldwide are the richest. No divorce, have no cases of drugs and substance abuse, lowest mental disorder, no depression. Hinduism is the only religion which neither converts nor kills. Absolutely non-violent, the elite sect of mankind.
அருணாச்சல சிவனே நித்ய அருணாச்சல சிவனே அபயம் தந்தம்மை ஆட்கொண்டிடவே அபயம் தந்தம்மை ஆட்கொண்டிடவே கருணையால் உதித்தவனே நித்ய அருணாச்சல சிவனே யுக அக்னி திரேதையில் மாணிக்கம் துவாபரத்தாமிரமாம் உயர் துவாபரத்தாமிரமாம் கலியுகம் உய்ய அருணாச்சல இந்த கலியுகம் உய்ய அருணாச்சல திரு மலையன எழுந்தவனே நித்ய அருணாச்சல சிவனே அருணாச்சல சிவனே நித்ய அருணாச்சல சிவனே முகம் சென்றதில் அன்பு மலர்ந்திட ஆனந்தம் தருபவனே, நித்ய ஆனந்தம் தருபவனே. கல்மணம் தாண்டியும் இன்முகம் நினைந்திட, கல்மணம் தாண்டியும் இன்முகம் நினைந்திட முக்தி அளிப்பவனே, நித்ய அருணாச்சல சிவனே. அருணாச்சல சிவனே, நித்ய அருணாச்சல சிவனே. அபயம் தந்தம்மையாட்கொண்டிடவே, அபயம் தந்தம்மையாட்கொண்டிடவே கருணையால் உதித்தவரே, அருணாச்சல சிவனே.
கரம் தாங்கி நித்யன் யுகம் காக்க வந்தான், வரம் தந்து எம்மை வளம் காண செய்தான். உளம் கொண்ட மாறான எண்ணங்கள் நீக்கி என்றும் நித்யானந்தம் கொண்டாடச் செய்தான். சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா, கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா. சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா, கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா. தன்னை மகிழ்வோடு நித்யன் விதை செய்து ஏற்றும் உயர் வாழ்வுதான் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம். சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா, கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா. சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா, கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா. யுகம் தோறும் மாறாதவை யாவையும் நாம் உணர்வாலே ஏற்கும் உயர் புத்தி தந்து யுகம் தோறும் மாறாதவை யாவையும் நாம் உணர்வாலே ஏற்கும் உயர் புத்தி தம்மை இனம் கண்டு கொண்டு இறை வாழ்வு காணும் இனம் கண்டு கொண்டு இறை வாழ்வு காணும் நிறைவான காலம் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம் நிறைவான காலம் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம் சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா. நிதம் வாழ்வில் மாற்றங்கள் நாம் கண்ட போதும் கணம் தோறும் மாறும் சொப்பனமாமி வையம் நிதம் வாழ்வில் மாற்றங்கள் நாம் கண்ட போதும் கணம் தோறும் மாறும் சொப்பனமாமி வையம் எனும் யுக்தி தன்னை உணர்வுள் நிறுத்தி எனும் யுக்தி தன்னை உணர்வுள் நிறுத்தி ஜீவன் முக்தனாக்கும் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம் ஜீவன் முக்தனாக்கும் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம் சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா.
ನಿತ್ಯಪುರೀಶ್ವರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಪುರೀಶ್ವರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ 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 ನಿತ್ಯಪುರೀಶ್ವರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಪುರೀಶ್ವರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ 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 ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ. अरुणाचलेश्वर आनन्दमय रूप गङ्गजटाधर ओंकारं भव अरुणाचलेश्वर आनन्दमय रूप गङ्गजटाधर ओंकारं भव परमनित्या दुस्तर भवसागर धरणं परमनित्या दुस्तर भवसागर धरणं नादस्वरूप नित्यानन्द नागभूषण नादस्वरूप नित्यानन्द नागभूषण करुणासागर सागर दीननाद नित्यानंद रूप परम कृपा करुणा सागर दीननाद नित्यानंद रूप परम कृपा नित्यपुरीश्वर नित्यानंद नित्यपुरीश्वर नित्यानंद 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 सर्वोत्तम गुण सुरमुनि वंदित सर्वजनाश्रय नित्य सद्गुरुदेव सर्वोत्तम गुण सुरमुनि वंदित सर्वजनाश्रय नित्य सद्गुरुदेव करुणानिधे तुम मेरे प्राणदाता करुणानिधे तुम मेरे प्राणदाता सद्गुरुदेवा नित्यानंद सर्वधर्म प्रिया सद्गुरुदेवा नित्यानंद सर्वधर्म प्रिया हृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमम् कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विभस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको हेश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एव देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकबस्तिभिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदकालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं భక్తహృదయ నివాసినం నిత్యానందం నమోస్తుతే.
సవసాధ్య హ్యశ్వినో మరుతో మనుః వాయుర్వాగ్ని ప్రజా ప్రాణ హృదుకర్తా ప్రభాకరః.
కోటి సూర్య స్వరూపిణం ఆనందగంధ ఈశ్వరం భక్తహృదయ నివాసినం నిత్యానందం నమోస్తుతే. కోటి సూర్య స్వరూపిణం ఆనందగంధ ఈశ్వరం భక్తహృదయ నివాసినం నిత్యానందం నమోస్తుతే.
ఆదిత్య సవితా సూర్య ఖగశోషాగభస్తిమాన్ సువర్ణ సఖశోభానుర్హిరణ్యరేతా దివాకర.
కోటి సూర్య స్వరూపిణం ఆనందగంధ ఈశ్వరం భక్తహృదయ నివాసినం నిత్యానందం నమోస్తుతే. కోటి సూర్య స్వరూపిణం ఆనందగంధ ఈశ్వరం భక్తహృదయ నివాసినం నిత్యానందం నమోస్తుతే.
హరిదశ్వ సహస్రార్చి సప్త సప్తిర్మరీచిమాన్ తిమిరోన్మత్తన్ శంభుత్విష్ట మార్తాండాంశుమాన్.
కోటి సూర్య స్వరూపిణం ఆనందగంధ ఈశ్వరం భక్తహృదయ నివాసినం నిత్యానందం నమోస్తుతే. కోటి సూర్య స్వరూపిణం ఆనందగంధ ఈశ్వరం భక్తహృదయ నివాసినం నిత్యానందం నమోస్తుతే.
హిరణ్యగర్భ శిశిరః స్తపనో భాస్కరో రవిః అగ్నిగర్భో అతిదే పుత్ర శంకర శిశిరనాశనః.
కోటి సూర్య స్వరూపిణం ఆనందగంధ ఈశ్వరం భక్తహృదయ నివాసినం నిత్యానందం నమోస్తుతే. శ్రీనిత్యశిఖరదర్శనం సమస్తపాపహరణం జన్మరాహిత్యం అణిభేదోత్తిగదరా శ్రీ పరమహంస నిత్యానంద భ్రమరాంబ దివ్యక్షేత్రం దర్శించి మోక్షమే ఉందండి భక్తులారా. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. 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 మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధితే గురు శైశైలం. మోక్షమునచగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధితే గురు శైశైలం. ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం. నాలుగు ప్రవేశ ద్వారములు నిత్య సన్నిధికి అవి మార్గములు. నాలుగు ప్రవేశ ద్వారములు నిత్య సన్నిధికి అవి మార్గములు. చిత్తపడము త్రిపురాంతకము నిత్య మహేశ్వర అలంపురం. చిత్తపడము త్రిపురాంతకము నిత్య మహేశ్వర అలంపురం. ప్రతి ద్వారములో తీర్థములు అవి తీర్చును భక్తుల కోరికలు. ప్రతి ద్వారములో తీర్థములు అవి తీర్చును భక్తులు.
Puja offered at the feet of Sri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Samet Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva. Before we begin the rituals for today, please let us all get into the space of oneness with Paramashiva by chanting the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Please sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Inhale and exhale as deeply as possible and as slowly as possible. Inhale and chant Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Samarambham Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Lalate Tripundri Nitilakrita Kasturi Tilakaha Spuranmaladhara Spurita Katigopi Navasanaha Tadano Dushtaram Chirasi Varirajam Shashikalam Pradeepat Sarvesham Arunagiri Yogi Vijayate. Om Gananam Tva Ganapadikum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Shunmannutibhisida Sadhana. Om Shri Mahagadavataye Namaha. Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Vajinivati Dhina Mavitriyavatu Saraswatye Namaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namaste Rudramanyavauto Taishabe Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanmane Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Ya Taishu Shivadama Shivam Babhuvate Danuho. Shiva Sharavya Ya Tavataya No Rudramridaya. Ya Te Rudra Shiva Tanura Gora Papakashini. Tayanastanu Shantamaya Girishantapi Chakashihi. Yamishung Girishandahaste Bibarshastave. शिवां गिरित्रतां कुरु माहिकुं सेः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छावधामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मकुं सुमना असत् अद्य वोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो देव्योऽभिषक् अहीगश्च सर्वाञ्झम्बयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असो यस्ताम्रो अरुण उदभभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षु श्रुता सहस्रशो वैशागुं हेडयीमहे असौ यो वसर्पदिनीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वाभूतानि स दृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीडुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वा नो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च तन्मनस्वभयोरार्नियोर्जाम् याश्च ते हस्तैषवः पराता भगवोपपाम् अवदत्यदनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षसते शुधे निशीर्य शल्यानां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विज्जन्नरुक्कपर्धिनो विशल्यो भारवागुमुता अनेसन्नस्येष वाभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः या ते तिर्मीडुष्टमहस्ते बभूव ते धनुः तया स्वाद्विश्वदस्त्वभयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय अनादताय दृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुतते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव तन्मने परिते तन्मनो हेतिरस्मान्वृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो यैषुतिस्तवारे अस्मन्निदेहितं शम्भवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय नित्यानन्दाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। ॐ गन्धद्वारां गुरादर्शां नित्यपुष्टां करीषिणीम् ईश्वरीगुं सर्वभूतानां तामिहोपह्वये श्रियो गन्धान्धारयामि। ॐ नशाङ्गं मुकुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च सुमनोहरम् आग्रेय सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। धूपमाग्रापयामि। ॐ उद्दीप्य स्वजातवेदाभग्निं निर्दिम्ममापसूकुष्यमह्यमावह जीवनं चितिचोदश मानोहिकं तीर्जातवेदो गामस्वं पुरुषं जगत् अभिद्वृतज्ञागहि श्रियाव परिपादय। श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। दीपं दर्शयामि। ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा। ॐ हां शिवाय नमः। नित्यानन्देश्वरी वराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमेश्वराय नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। निवेदनानन्तरम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि। ॐ सोमो वा एतस्य राज्यमाधत्ते यो राजासन् राज्यो वासुमि नेजते देवसु वा मेधानि हवीगुंसि भवन्ति एतावन्तो वै देवानागुं सवाः त एवास्मै सवान् प्रयच्छन्ति तयेन पुनः सुवन्ते राज्याय देवसु राजा भवति। ओम हां शिवाय नमः। श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमेश्वराय नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि।
वाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकालाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय नित्यानन्दाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्लुषाय विव्याधिनेन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तताविने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नमः उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्तीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः। नमः सहमानाय निव्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे स्तेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिण इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्तायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमस्त्रिकाविभ्यो जिघागुंसद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमोऽसिमद्भ्यो नक्तञ्चरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नम उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नम इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्योऽश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः। नम आव्याधिनीभ्यो विविध्यन्तीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगंहतीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रिभ्यः सङ्ग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः ईशुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मीढुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नम आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुध्न्याय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नम उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नम आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चाहनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषु धिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णेषवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नम ईर्ध्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेष्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च वचिने प्रतिश्रवाय च नम आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चाहनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषु धिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णेषवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नम ईर्ध्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेष्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ओम
ॐ तन्महेशाय विद्महे वाग्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्नः शिवः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ आं हों शिवाय नमः। ॐ श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः। आनन्दकर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि। ॐ सहस्रशीर्षः सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यतिष्ठदशाङ्गुलम् पुरुष एवेदगुं सर्वम् यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् उदाहरणत्वस्येषानः यदन्वेनाधिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा अयोध्यायागस्य पुरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यावृतं दिवि त्रिपादूर्ध्व उदये पुरुषः पादोऽस्तेह भवात् पुनः ततो विश्वं यत्कामते साधनानशने अभि तस्मात् विराड जायत विराजो अधिपुरुषः स जातो अत्यरिच्यत पश्चात् भूमिमथो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वता वसन्तो अस्यासीदाज्यम् ग्रीष्म इत्मः शरद्धविः सप्तास्यासन् परिधयः त्रिसप्तः समिधः कृताः देवा यज्ञं तन्वानाः अबध्नन् पुरुषं पशुं तं यज्ञं बर्हिषि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्या ऋषयश्च ये तस्माज्ञात् सर्वहुतः संभृतं पृषदाज्यं पशुगस्तागश्चक्रे वायव्याने आरण्यान् ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्माज्ञात् सर्वहुतः ऋचः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्ञिरे तस्मात् यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादश्वा अजायन्त एकेचो भयादतः गावो जज्ञिरे तस्मात् तस्माज्जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं व्यदधुः कतिधा व्यकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ बाहू कावूरूपादा उच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरो तदस्य यद्वैष्यः पद्भ्रागुं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षम् शीर्ष्णोद्योतमवर्ततात् पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशश्रोत्रात् तथा लोकागुम् वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विजित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वा विवदन्यदास्ते वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् शक्रः प्रविद्वान् प्रदिशश्च तस्रः तमेवं विद्वानमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्थायनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् देहनाकं महिमानः सजन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्या सन्ति देवाः अध्यस्थं भूतः पृथिव्यदाच विश्वकर्मणः समवर्ततादि तस्य त्वष्टा विदधद्रूपमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमाजानमग्रे वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वान् अमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते यनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीराः परिजानन्ति योनिम् मरीचीनां पदमिच्छन्ति वेदतः यो देवेभ्यः तपति यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो रुचाय ब्राह्मये रुजं ब्राह्मं जनयन्तः देवाग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवासन्वहे भीष्टते लक्ष्मीश्च वच्युः अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनौ यास्तम् इष्टं मनिषाना अमो मनिषाना सर्वं मनिषाना ॐ तच्छंयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपदये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातो भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शञ्चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो वादेयातोदिताय जानुदितातस्यै नमो नमो वादे नमो वाचस्पतये नमर्षिभ्यो मन्त्रगद्यो मन्त्रपदिभ्यो मामावृषयो मन्त्रकृतो मन्त्रपतयः परागुर्माहृभीन् मन्त्रकृतो मन्त्रपदे परादां वैश्वदेवीं वाचमुद्यासगुं शिवामदस्ताब्जुष्टा देवेभ्यः शर्म मेद्यो शर्म पृथिवी शर्म विश्वमिदं जगते ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रदयसाभिः नमो वयं श्रवणाय कुर्महे तवे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु वेदाय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः ॐ सोमो वा एतस्य राज्यमादत्ते यो राजा धनराज्यो वासो मीनेदते देवसुमा मेधानि अभिगुंहि भवन्ति यदेतावन्तो वै देवानागुं समाः तयेवास्मै सवान् प्रयच्छन्ति तयेन पुनस्त्वन्ते राज्याय देवसुराजा भवति ओम हां ओम शिवाय नमः ओम श्री नित्यानंदे श्री पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः महामंगल नीराजनं संदर्शयामि
भूतं वदिष्ये भुवनं वदिष्ये तेजो वदिष्ये यशो वदिष्ये तपो वदिष्ये ब्रह्म वदिष्ये सत्यं वदिष्ये तस्मा अहमिदमुपस्तरणमुपस्तृणमुपस्तरणं मे प्रजायै पशूनां भूयादुपस्तरणमहं प्रजायै पशूनां भूयासं प्राणापानो मृत्युर्मापातं प्राणापानो मामाहासिष्टं मधुमनिष्ये मधुजनिष्ये ओम दशांगं गुप्कुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च समनोहरं माघ्र्यस्वर्पदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ओम हां हों शिवाय नमः ओम श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः धूपमाघ्रापयामि ओम साज्यं त्रिवर्ति संयुक्तं मह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमंगलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहम् ओम हां हों शिवाय नमः ओम श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः दीपम् एकार्ति दीपं सन्दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा ओम श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यान्तरवाचमनं समर्पयामि ओम तन्महेशाय विद्महे वाक्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्न शिव प्रचोदयात् ओम हां हों शिवाय नमः ओम श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः महामंगल नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि ओम योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायत भवति ओम हां हों शिवाय नमः ओम श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः वेदोत्तमंत्र पुष्पांजलिं समर्पयामि The next offering is the part of the Uttamottama Seva, is the offering of the Chaturvedam. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Shri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Chaturveda Priya Chaturveda Avadharya Harihi Om अग्निमीळ पुरोहितं यज्ञस्य देवपृथ्वीजम् होतारं रत्तधातामम् हरिः ॐ आसत्येन रजसा वर्तमानो निवेशयन्नमृतं मर्त्यं च हिरण्ययेन सविता रथेना देवो याति भुवना विपश्यन् हरिः ॐ अग्न आयाहि वीतये घृणानो हव्यदातये निहोता सत्सि बर्हिषि हरिः ॐ षट्नो देवीरभिष्टयापो भवन्तु पीतये संयोरभिस्रवन्तु नः हरिः ॐ. The next offering is a part of the Uttamottama Seva, is the offering of the Agama Shlokas. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Shri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Agama Shloka Priya Agama Shlokanavadharaya सूर्या चंद्रमसौ वह्निस्त्रिधाम परिकल्पनम् त्रिनेत्रकल्पना मह्यं तदर्थमिह दृश्यते. The next offering is a part of the Uttamottama Seva, is the offering of the Samaganam. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव सामगान प्रिय सामगानमवधारय एतत् सामगायन्नास्ते हावो अहमन्नमहमन्नमहमन्नम् अहमन्नादः अहग्यश्लोककृते अहमस्मि प्रथमजारितास्य पूर्वं देवेभ्यो अमृतस्य नाभागी यो मदताति सैदेवमावाह अहमन्नमन्नमदन्तमाज्ञि अहं विश्वं भुवनमभ्यभवां सुवर्णज्योतिः हरि ओम. The next offering is the part of the Uttamottama Seva, is the offering of the stotras. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव स्तोत्र प्रिय स्तोत्रम अवधारय. दुस्वप्न दुष्शकुन दुर्गति दौर्मनस्य दुर्भिक्ष दुर्व्यसन दुस्सह दुर्यशांसि उत्पातताप विषभीति मसत्ग्रहार्ति व्याधीश्च नाशयतु मे जगतामधीशः. ओम नमो भगवते सदाशिवाय सकलतत्त्वात्मकाय सर्वमन्त्रस्वरूपाय सर्वयन्त्राधिष्ठिताय सर्वतन्त्रस्वरूपाय सर्वतत्त्वविदूराय ब्रह्मरुद्रावतारिणे नीलकण्ठाय पार्वती मनोहराय सोमसूर्याग्निलोचनाय भस्मोद्धूलितविग्रहाय महामणिमुकुटधारणाय माणिक्यभूषणाय सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयकालौरावताराय दक्षाध्वरध्वंसकाय महाकालभेदनाय मूलाधारनिलयाय तत्त्वातीताय गंगाधराय सर्वदेवाधिदेवाय षडाश्रयाय वेदान्तसाराय त्रिवर्गसाधनाय अनन्तकोटि ब्रह्माण्डनायकाय वासुकितक्षगगार्कोटकशङ्खकुलिकपद्ममहापद्मेत्यष्टमहानागकुलभूषणाय प्रणवस्वरूपाय चिदाकाशाय आकाशदिक्स्वरूपाय ग्रहनक्षत्रमालिने सकलाय कलङ्करहिताय सकललोकैककर्त्रे सकललोकैकभर्त्रे सकललोकैकसंहर्त्रे सकललोकैकगुरवे सकललोकैकसाक्षिणे सकलनिगमगुह्याय सकलवेदान्तमार्गाय सकललोकैकवरप्रदाय सकललोकैकशङ्कराय शशाङ्कशेखराय शाश्वतनिराभासाय निराभासाय निरामयाय निर्मलाय निर्लोभाय निर्मदाय निश्चिन्ताय निरहङ्काराय निरङ्कुशाय निष्कलङ्काय निर्गुणाय निष्कामाय निरुपद्रवाय निरवध्याय निरन्तराय निष्कारणाय निरन्तकाय निष्प्रपञ्चाय निस्संगाय निर्द्वन्द्वाय निराधाराय निरागाय निष्क्रोधाय निर्मलाय निष्पापाय निर्भयाय निर्विकल्पाय निर्भेदाय निष्क्रियाय निस्तुलाय निस्संशयाय निरञ्जनाय निरुपमविभवाय नित्य शुद्ध बुद्ध परिपूर्ण सच्चिदानंदात्मजाय परमशांत स्वरूपाय तेजो रूपाय तेजोमयाय जय जय रुद्र महारौद्र भद्रावतार महाभैरव कालभैरव कल्पांत भैरव कपालमालाधर खट्वांग खड्ग चर्म पाशांकुशडमरुशूल चाप बाण गदा शक्ति भित्ति पाल तोमर मुसल बुद्गर पाश परिक भुषुण्डीशदग्नि चक्राद्यायुध भीषणकर सहस्रमुख दंशाकरालवदन विकटाट्टहास विस्फारित ब्रह्मांड मंडल नागेंद्र कुंडल नागेंद्र हार नागेंद्र वलय नागेंद्र चर्मधर मृत्युंजय त्र्यंबक त्रिपुरांतक विश्वरूप विरूपाक्ष विश्वेश्वर वृषभवाहन विषभूषण स्वतो मुख सर्वतो रक्ष रक्ष मां ज्वल ज्वल महामृत्युम अपमृत्यु भयं नाशय नाशय चोर भयं उत्सादय उत्सादय विषकर्म भयं शमय शमय चोरान् मारय मारय मम शत्रून् उच्चादय उच्चादय त्रिशूलेन विदारय विदारय कुठारेण भिन्नि भिन्नि खड्गेन छिन्नि छिन्नि खड्वांगेन विपोधय विपोधय मुसलेन निष्पेषय निष्पेषय बाणे संताडय संताडय रक्षांसि भीषय भीषय भूतानि विद्रावय विद्रावय कूष्माण्डमारीच वेताल ब्रह्मराक्षस गणान् संत्रासय संत्रासय माम् अभयं कुरु कुरु वित्रस्थं माम् आश्वासय आश्वासय नरकभयात् माम् उद्धर उद्धर सञ्जीवय सञ्जीवय क्षुद्रभ्यां माम् आप्याय आप्याय दुःखातुरं माम् आनन्दय आनन्दय शिवकवचेन माम् आच्छादय आच्छादय मृत्युञ्जय त्र्यम्बक सदाशिव नमस्ते नमस्ते. The next offering is a part of the Uttamottam Seva, is the offering of the Dravida Vedam. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव द्राविड वेद प्रिय द्राविड वेदमवधारय. शिवा त्रिचित्रंबलम தோடுடைய செவியன் விடையேறிவோர் தூமின் மதிசூடி காடுடைய சுடலை பொடி பூசியன் உள்ளம் கவர் கல்வன் ஏடுடைய மலரான் ஒனை நான் பணிந்தேட்ட அருள் செய்த பீடுடைய பிரமாபுரம் மேபிய பெம்மான் இவனன்றே. சிவா திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். The next offering is a part of the Uttamotama Seva, is the offering of the Kailaya Vadyam. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव कैलाय वाद्य प्रिय कैलाय वाद्यम अवधारय. The next offering as a part of the Uttamotama Seva is the offering of the Paramashiva Shakti Avishkarana. Devadevottama Devata Sarvabhauma Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Shri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Paramashiva Shakti Avishkarana Priya Paramashiva Shakti Avishkarana Avadharaja.
Nithyanandam, as part of today's Uttama Seva, which is going to be offered, the Shakti Avishkarana of Power Manifestation Science, where moving the matter of consciousness through your consciousness, you move the matter in front of you, which will be offered towards Shri Nithyanandeshwara Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva and our beloved Guru Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Few words of before the demonstration being offered, this consciousness or matter takes place within the grace and blessings of His Divine Holiness. Through initiation, through Diksha which takes place between all of us. Diksha takes place within either through a word, a look or a touch, can be transmitted towards a master and a disciple. With this consciousness or matter where it will be manifested today, and the intense healing and incompletions will be healed from your body, from your system. So now let us all get into the space of oneness, remembering Swamiji in ourselves, remembering our beloved Guru in our thought, in our inner space, the Ananda Ganda, Chanda Maha Mahavakya, the intense vibration chants of Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and manifest this power. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 With this, with the grace and blessings of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and we are offering this Shakti Avishkarana of consciousness or mental power towards Shri Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva as part of today's Uttama Seva. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
देवदेवोत्तमं देवता सार्वभौमम् अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायकं श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवम् अष्टपुष्पैरभ्यर्च्य ओम सर्वस्याप्ति सर्वस्य जित्यै सर्वमेव तेनाप्नोति सर्वं जयति तन्महेशाय विद्महे वाग्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्नः शिव प्रचोदयात् ओम हां हों शिवाय नमः ओम श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिवाय नमः कर्पूर नीराजनं संदर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव आशीर्वाद प्रिय आशीर्वादमवधारय ओम स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु
काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः
इति स्वस्ति मंत्रार्थः सत्या सफला भवन्तु
इति भवन्तो महान्तो न गृह्णन्तु तथास्तु
दुर्जन सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जन शान्तिमाप्लुयात् शान्तो मुच्येत वन्देभ्यः मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत् इति भवन्तो महान्तो न गृह्णन्तु तथास्तु अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः
अधना सधना
सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदर्शदम् इति भवन्तो महान्तो न गृह्णन्तु तथास्तु राजा धर्मपतिः प्रजासु चरिताः पूजाधनाः सज्जनाः षट्कर्म प्रवरा द्विजाः प्रतिदिनं विद्या अनवद्या सदा वाणी सन्निहिता चिरं कविमुखैः सानन्दमव्याकुलाः सर्वे सन्तु वैदिकधर्म अनुष्ठातारः सौजन्य सन्तोषिणः इति स्वस्ति मन्त्रार्था सत्या सफला भवन्तु इति भवन्तो महान्तो न गृह्णन्तु तथास्तु येषां देवदेवानां महादेवानां अखिलाण्ड कोटि ब्रह्माण्ड नायकानां सकल भुवि सृष्टि स्थिति संहार तिरोभाव अनुग्रहाख्य पंचकृत्य परायणानां आदिमध्यांतरहितानां अप्रमेय पराक्रमाणां तत्वार्थ गोचराणां श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव स्वरूपानां श्री कालभैरव महाकाली स्वरूपानां श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशांत श्यामला पीठारूढ़ श्री मीनाक्षी सुंदरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमन्य तुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विस्तृत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रभक्त्रे श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुर श्रेयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्ह काहलादे समस्त बिरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा विद्यापवर्ग वर्ष विश्रान जीमूत परमत कलप केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपन शाक्यादि महांतकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्ह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद् वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनाम् अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रणवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधानानाम् अरुणगिरी योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधानानां कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधानानां नित्योत्सव नित्यमंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तॄणां साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक अनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणीनां साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणी पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वरानां साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्रतम अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वरानां धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्ग पुरस्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधानानां कैलास परंपरागत आदि पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरूणां श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारकानां श्री कैलास परमाचार्यानां श्रीमत् परमहंसानां परिव्राजकाचार्यवर्यानां सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूपानां श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठानां श्रीमद् जगद्गुरूणां श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्धिः समेषां सहकुटुम्बानां सकलैश्वर्य प्राप्तिः गुरुकृपा कटाक्ष सिद्धिः क्षेमस्थैर्य वीर्य विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्यानाम् अभिवृद्धिः अरोग दृढगात्रता सिद्धिः आचन्द्रार्क वंशाभिवृद्धिः धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फल पुरुषार्थ सिद्धिः सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपस्य
भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवस्य पादारविन्दयोः अचञ्चला भक्तिसिद्धिः भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्य जीवन्मुक्ति प्राप्तिश्च भूयात् इति भगवन्तो महान्तो गृह्णन्तु तथास्तु सर्वे जनाः सुखिनः सन्तु तथास्तु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु तथास्तु समस्त सन्मङ्गलानि सन्तु तथास्तु सर्वत्र नित्यानन्द ध्वजारोहणं भवतु तथास्तु सर्वेषां भगवत् श्रील श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां परिपूर्ण कृपा कटाक्ष सिद्धिः अस्तु तथास्तु अयं धर्मः उत्तरोत्तरम् अभिवृद्धिरस्तु तथास्तु सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु ओम नित्यानन्दम् मंगलं कल्पवृक्षाय मंगलं ज्ञानदायिने सदाशिवाय श्री नित्यानंदेश्वराय मंगलम् मंगलं श्री विद्याम्बायै मंगलं कामदायिन्ये सर्वमंगलदात्री नित्यानंदेश्वर्ये मंगलम् मंगलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मंगलम् परावतार नित्यानंदाय गुरवे मंगलम् न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः
ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्तिः
पूजामूलं गुरोः पदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोः कृपा मूलमन्त्रमिदाशक्ति जप्त्वा ओम यत्किंचित् कर्म देवेश सदा सुकृतदुष्कृतं तन्मे शिवपदस्थस्य भुङ्क्षस्वपय शङ्कर शिवो दाता शिवो भोक्ता शिवः सर्वमिदं जगत् शिवो यदिति सर्वत्र यशिवः सोऽहमेव तु ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु ओम नित्यानंदम The next offering as a part of the Uttamotama Seva is the offering of the Jnanapada Vivarna. देवदेवोत्तम देवता सार्वभौम अखिलांड कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव ज्ञानपाद विवर्ण प्रिय ज्ञानपाद विवरणमवधारय
காணும் நிறைவான காலம் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம், நிறைவான காலம் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம். சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா, கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா. சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா, கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா. நிதம் வாழ்வில் மாற்றங்கள் நாம் கண்ட போதும் கணம் தோறும் மாறும் சொப்பனமாமி வையம். நிதம் வாழ்வில் மாற்றங்கள் நாம் கண்ட போதும் கணம் தோறும் மாறும் சொப்பனமாமி வையம். எனும் யுக்தி தன்னை உணர்வுள் நிறுத்தி, எனும் யுக்தி தன்னை உணர்வுள் நிறுத்தி ஜீவன் முக்தனாக்கும் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம், ஜீவன் முக்தனாக்கும் கல்பதரு தரிசன நேரம். சரணம் குரு நித்யானந்தா, கருணை பொழிவாய் நித்யானந்தா.
ನಿತ್ಯಪುರೀಶ್ವರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ, ನಿತ್ಯಪುರೀಶ್ವರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ, ನಿತ್ಯಪುರೀಶ್ವರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ, ನಿತ್ಯಪುರೀಶ್ವರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ. ಅರುಣಾಚಲೇಶ್ವರ ಆನಂದಮಯ ರೂಪ ಜಡ ಓಂಕಾರಂ ಭವ. ಅರುಣಾಚಲೇಶ್ವರ ಆನಂದಮಯ ರೂಪ ಗಂಗ ಜಟಾತರ ಓಂಕಾರಂ ಭವ. ಪರಮ ನಿತ್ಯ ದುಸ್ತರ ಭವ ಸಾಗರ ಧರಣಂ, ಪರಮ ನಿತ್ಯ ದುಸ್ತರ ಭವ ಸಾಗರ ಧರಣಂ. ನಾದ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಾಗಭೂಷಣ, ನಾದ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಾಗಭೂಷಣ. ಕರುಣಾ ಸಾಗರ ದೀನನಾದ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ರೂಪ ಪರಮ ಕೃಪಾ. ಕರುಣಾ ಸಾಗರ मुनिवन्दित सर्वगणाश्रय नित्य सद्गुरुदेव करुणानिधे तुम मेरे प्राण करुणानिधे तुम मेरे प्राणदाता सद्गुरुदेवा नित्यानंद सर्वधर्म प्रिया सद्गुरुदेवा नित्यानंद सर्वधर्म प्रिया हृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनं जयावहं जपे नित्यम् अक्षयं परमं शिवं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनं चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमं कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं हृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते रश्मिमन्दं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं
I am not speaking.
पूजयस्व
Same way.
सन्तं
Rajalinga is not speaking. Same way. Mike is not talking.
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणं
Is Mike talking? No. Mike is
ईश्वरं
same way. Raj.
हृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते सर्वदेवात्मको ईश तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः देवदेवासुरगणान् लोकान् पादिकवस्थितिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्द प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनकालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
सर्वसाध्या यश्विनो मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वाग्नि प्रजाप्राणः ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः
कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते कोटिसूर्यस्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरं भक्तहृदयनिवासिनं नित्यानन्दं नमोऽस्तुते
आदित्य सविता सूर्य
Vada 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 tala vada 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 vada. Calm down. How Krishna.
हिरण्यनेता दिवाकर मार्ताण्डांशुमान्
कोटि सूर्य स्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरम् हृदय निवासिनम् नित्यानन्दं नमोस्तुते कोटि सूर्य स्वरूपिणम् आनन्दगन्ध ईश्वरम् हृदय निवासिनम्
राधे 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 गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद वृंदावन चंद जय वृंदावन चंद अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंद पुंडरीकाक्ष पुराण पुरुषारा
श्रीनित्यशिखरदर्शनम् समस्तपापहरणम् जन्मराहित्यम् अनिभेदोत्तिगदरा श्री परमहंस नित्यानन्द भ्रमराम्ब दिव्यक्षेत्रम् दर्शिंచి మోక్షమే ఉందండి భక్తులారా అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం 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 మోక్షముడసిగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శ్రీశైలం మోక్షముడసిగే శ్రీశైలం నిత్య సన్నిధి జయ గురు శ్రీశైలం ఓం హర హర నిత్య హర హర నిత్య అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం అదిగో అదిగో శ్రీశైలం నిత్య భక్తులకు నిత్య పురివాసం
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमजलं सर्वदेशाक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam. We welcome one and all to Nithyananda TV, Kailasa's official TV channel. Today, myself, Sri Nithya Mangalananda Maharaj, along with Sri Nithya Rajananda Maharaj, will be here with you today to initiate and enter into the Jivartha Sadas. Swamiji has been conducting responsible voting for the past 26 years. Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, has taken the unimaginable responsibility of reviving Kailasa, the only Hindu nation. As part of that revival, Swamiji has given topics for Hindus to decide. Example, vegetarianism versus non-vegetarianism, the different aspects of the caste system, the Varna and Jati system, whether temples should be given back to the priests or whether it should be run by the government. so many different topics Swamiji has given it to the public, given it to Hindus to decide what should be the stance Hinduism takes for on all these aspects, what should be the stance Kailasa takes for all these things. It is Swamiji's, because of his responsible voting which he's been conducting for the past 26 years, he has given all of us this platform on which we can have the Jivata Sadas, discuss, debate and come to a conclusion and finally cast our vote on what should be, how we want Hinduism to be shaped, how we want the future of Kailasa to be shaped. So joining us today is Rajshekharan Ayya from Chennai, Nithyanandam Ayya. Yes, Ayya has been continuously been part of the Jivata Sadas regularly on a daily basis. So before we continue, Ayya, could you share a few words about yourself for the viewers watching us today?
Nithyanandam to all. My name is Rajashekhar. I am settled in Chennai. I am a retired bank manager. I am connected to Swamiji right from the year 2007. I was also part of the organization as a running a Ramanagar for more than a decade. And I also joined Swamiji in his trips to Kailash, the Himalayas, and Varanasi and other areas. I actually really fortunate and got his blessings to be with him those days. It has made me great, it has given me great change in my life, perception level and living level, everywhere. He has contributed for me. I am really grateful to my master. He is an avatar. Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Thank you so much for your sharing, Ayya. So those of you who have not been with us for the past few days continuously in the Jivata Sadas, we had ended yesterday's Jivata Sadas on the topic of how the Gurukul system is very important for the Nitya Puja and for maintaining the science of Nitya Puja. It is only because of the Gurukul system the Sangha evolves. It's only when the Sangha evolves the Nitya Puja science is maintained and is preserved. So let's just dive a little bit more deeper into that. So I have a few questions presented before us today. The first question: how do youngsters benefit from puja? So those of you who have been with us for the past couple of days, you would have heard us sharing various experiences about our life, we would have discussed about this as well. So today's Jivata Satas is specially dedicated to Nitya Puja and how it directly helps youngsters, how bringing in the Gurukul system into your local sanghas, how does that help in raising the spiritual growth, how does that contribute towards building the Kailasa ecosystem in your environment. So the first question which we have with us: how do youngsters benefit from puja? So this is directly related to maybe a cousin who we know or a relative, someone who we want to enrich the science to, the young ones. As we all know, it is the future generation to whom the earth belongs to. Whatever we do, everything we leave behind, it is for the future generation to enjoy. So with keeping the future generation in mind, as Raja Maharaj had shared yesterday, even though his parents may or may not have practiced Hinduism or may not have had such a deep connection with the divine, they always ensured that he had the connection, he had the devotion, he had the relationship with Paramashiva, with the super consciousness, even though they may or may not have lived it in their life. So more than anything, whether we practice it in our life or not, we always ensure that the best is always there for the future generation. So we'll be expanding a little bit more on this. Yes, Raja Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. One of the things that recent that Swamiji has explained very clearly to us, and it also helps with this topic. It's related to this topic about the next generation and giving puja to them and giving the best of Hinduism to them. Swamiji has said that Neo-Hindutva says is only saying that we should preserve what our forefathers have created. But Swamiji is saying it is not even a matter of preserving what our forefathers have made, because even our forefathers did not even know the meaning of Hinduism. Actually, what Swamiji is saying is Hinduism needs to be kept alive. Hinduism needs to be revived because it is the greater science. It is a solution to the world. It is not something that is and hence needs to continue. It is something that is that was. Sorry, it is not something that was and hence needs to continue. Something that was and is something and capable to higher and higher levels of consciousness. And with this song, she is introducing Nitya Puja. So when we talk teaching youngsters and how do youngsters benefit from puja, we need to understand we're not teaching puja to them because it is a matter of keeping the tradition alive. That is a small reason. That is, Swamiji says, is a human level, a physical level reason. But it is actually the greater science to be able to help the child cognize and have extreme amount of intelligence, have and manifest powers that are beyond the logic of anybody in the modern day, such that academics and schooling a small physical thing, an easy thing to accomplish. It is the power manifestation science that is Swamiji is trying to bring out. And Nitya Puja is actually almost at the center, at the core of it, because it is through that relationship with the Paramashiva only where you can kindle the power manifesting inside you. So, wanted to bring light to this one context that Swamiji had brought out in recent Satsang about how Neo-Hindutva is only about keeping the tradition alive because it was alive and it was something that we had brought from our forefathers. It actually seems very boring this way. It makes it into some kind of a burden. Oh, I have to keep it alive. But actually, it is never seen as a solution for your life. Something that is going to contribute to every aspect of your life. That is what Hinduism is. Or it is just a have taken care of it. In fact, from my experience also dealing with many youngsters in America who also are Hindu, who are my colleagues, I found that they find the tradition, as their parents have decided to take whatever tradition they had from India and bring it to America. Whatever tradition they had and bring it to America. Their parents have decided to do that because of the same Neo-Hindutva concept. Like, I have to keep my tradition alive, I have to give some religion for my children. And the same thing is what the tradition is some solution for my life that can give me healing, can give me so much tremendous amount of good things. If they feel that it is a burden, it is something that I need to upkeep because my fathers have done it, my forefathers have done it. It is just a matter of ancestry that way. It is not an ancestry of religion. We are a religion of self-discovery and self-transformation. And that has not been caught on for all the youngsters, and especially the way Swamiji is bringing out puja as a way of power manifestation, as a way of connecting with the divine in your own unique way, as a self-discovery way. We are not telling people this is the way to do puja, now do it. We are saying discover puja on your own, figure out that relationship on your own with the deity, and that is the love of it. That is a beauty of it. And many youngsters won't even understand a set cut method. They want to try their own thing. They want to experiment their own way of relating with the God. So we need to introduce it to them like that, and it will be very beneficial for them because they are in the face of a heavy amount of experimentation with what their bodies are capable of, with what their minds are capable of. Then what puja is taking the extent of what their hearts are capable of, to be able to cognize the entire cosmos in front of me and connect with it and say that it is there in front of me. Now let me see what I can manifest through this connection. So it is very beneficial to youngsters to be able to connect with puja, especially the way that Swamiji in Sri KAILASA is bringing it out.
Such a very beautiful and important point Raja Maharaj had shared. Actually, even in my own life, before I had come and joined Gurukul, for me in puja also, it was something which happened in my mother's parents' house, and when she left there and settled down with my father, she brought that same tradition, and we did pujas regularly. Pujas happened in my house, but it happened just because of tradition, as Raja Maharaj said, because her parents started it. Same way, she also continued the tradition. But there was no spiritual context. There was no understanding. Puja is not something just to continue the tradition, but it also has practical benefits in our life. So that understanding wasn't there in me until I had come to Gurukul, and until I had got the initiation from Swamiji, and powers started, and not just powers but experiences started manifesting in my life just because of doing the Nitya Puja every day. So only then I understood the power of Nitya Puja, and how puja is something more than just tradition being passed along, but also a practical tool which you can be used in your everyday life. Like how we use our cell phones and our laptops, puja is one more tool to help us function and be at our optimum level throughout the day. Yes, Rajshekharan, is there something you'd like to add before we move on?
Yeah. See, youngsters, yes, they are the future asset of the world, all over the globe. What is happened in India? Because Hinduism has contributed these pujas and all to the world. Because India was enslaved for 1,000 years by arrogant invaders and cunning invaders, the glory of India has turned because of the effect of the colonialism. Even Swamiji says in his Satsang, even the forefathers doesn't know about what is Hinduism. Actually, New Hinduism has erupted now. It is very poisonous than anti-Hinduism, because food is preserved. For preservatives are added to food to preserve the food, but the preservative itself is turning the food into poison. So, like that, in the New Hinduism, advent of New Hinduism has spoiled the Hinduism itself. They are the main enemies now. So the youth also follow the same thing. What the forefather, grandfather, father says, they follow. But in my life, I see, when in my entire first I joined, I was connected to Swamiji. Then my daughter, she made all others to connect. My own granddaughter was in Gurukul. Within a short time of 1 year, she was able to manifest powers with regard to length, breadth, depth, dimension of the earth. I could see in my person and my relatives, everybody has seen. We also made some demonstrations here. They do puja, that might sincerely gain powers. But the modern youth, now they are addicted to mobile phone. After advent of mobile phone and the TV, they're playing games and other things which lead to violence in their inner space. The violence in the inner space is only causing terrorism, everything. Even you can see in advanced countries like US, where the boys are going to school and doing shooting, killing people, innocent kids. Yes, he had some incompletion. So these pujas start first ironing out the inner space of the youth. They should start at the earliest age. So then only it will be very effective for the kids. So the Gurukul system, we have been seeing the fantastic changes happening to the kids in the Gurukul system. I have been visiting the ashram, right, Adi Kailash, from 2007 till date. We could see Gurukul kids, how they are changing, how they are powerful, manifesting powers, so that it will be very much useful to the youngsters, not only for them, to the society, to the future of the universe. Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Ayya, for your sharing. So, yes. So, Ayya had brought about a very important part about the Gurukul system and how Neo-Hindutva is being followed not just by 2-3 people going on a global spread to brainwash everyone, but just by their father, grandfather, unknowingly and unconsciously, everyone is just practicing Neo-Hindutva. So it is very unconscious happening, which is happening in and around the globe, where unknowingly people, without their knowledge, they are practicing this Neo-Hindutva. So moving on to the next question now. Name a few problems which Nitya Puja will directly solve for youngsters. Yes, Raja Maharaj.
Yes, one of the things that youngsters experience is, of course, the youngsters are growing bodies and they need a significant amount of sleep. But it was always about the sleep at the right time. Swamiji beautifully has shared always that it is not about the quantity of your sleep, it is about your quality of your sleep, about how deep you go into the deeper causal layer when you sleep, such that the tremendous amount of rest happens and tremendous amounts of relaxation happens. So how is puja solution for sleeping? Because puja happens in the early morning, and in the Brahma Muhurta itself. The ritual starts with the yoga, and the routine of the Gurukul starts with the yoga in the morning, followed by puja. So being awake in those early hours helps the consciousness actually develop better. Being awake in those early hours in the morning will solve the problems of a tremendous amount of will solve the problems of tiredness and fatigue that many youngsters will experience, and give a scope. Because actually, if you see in the house, it is even a matter, I feel, even in the morning itself, if you finish everything, then you have the rest of your day to do anything that you want. So even if their use of time, always I've seen it amongst the Hindus in America, that they're just tight all day. Something or the other, class or the other, something or the other, they'll be put in by their parents. The parents want to suck the tremendous amount of intelligence in that moment and give them so many classes. Sure, fine, the kid is capable of doing it, and the Hindu brain is capable of handling that. But a time for themselves personally, to sit with themselves and do yoga and to do puja, it'll really help solve the problem. It'll help really solve the problem of the sleep cycle, of the tiredness and the fatigue that kids may experience because of a stressful day or the stressful amount of work. Puja will be a real good solution in the morning to be able to sit in. It's something to look forward to. People always have to look forward to having to see this teacher, having to see that teacher, having to deal with this person. But then all of that can just be poured out and melted away. All the stress can be melted away in your puja. So as a stress buster, puja can be a really good solution, especially when done in the early morning.
Yes, actually adding to Raja Maharaj, there's something which I wanted to bring out, which he had mentioned. In America, right? So Hindu parents, Indian parents actually, they put their kids through so many different classes, keep them completely tightly packed throughout the day, making the best use of their intelligence, especially which blossoms at that age. And not only that, they're very capable of it, no doubt. But when one incompletion which I know many of these kids have is that they don't get enough time for themselves, enough time where they feel that they don't get enough time for themselves. So when they actually get that time, they unfortunately they do not know correctly how to have time for themselves. Everyone knows that they're not giving enough time for themselves, and that is something which in a part of which they're just pushing it under the carpet again and again. So when an individual decides that they should give time for themselves, when they actually have that time, instead of being used for introspecting, the real way to give time for yourself, introspecting and looking into yourself, doing a little bit of unclutching or a little bit of puja, pretty much everything brings the same effect, unclutching and the Nitya Puja. But instead of that, they use the time to themselves. They try to watch movies or TV shows or play video games, something which will distract them from the reality in which they are living. So this definition of giving time for themselves is something which needs to be changed in the modern youth, where even though they are jam-packed with so many things, so many activities in their day-to-day life, when they actually get the time for themselves, which is something which they've been really longing to, instead of spending that time to spend with themselves, they use it to distract themselves away from the reality in which they're living. So this is a very big issue which needs to be addressed in terms of the youngster crowd, where the term spending time with yourself needs to be redefined, and the term needs to be used where they see the more and more video games you play, the more and more TVs and movies you watch, you are ultimately not fulfilling the purpose for which you wanted that time. for which you wanted to introspect, for which you wanted to spend with yourself and understand yourself more and more, deeper and deeper. Only through unclutching, only through Nitya Puja, those things can happen. So this is the redefinition which all the youngsters need to get, or which all of them need to receive, where they truly understand the meaning of spending time with yourself, which is not something where you time pass and spend it through entertainment, but something which you really spend and talk to yourself about. This is a point which I wanted to bring out. Yes, Aya, is there anything you'd like to share before we move on? I think you need to unmute yourself.
Again, I would like to emphasize the same thing, that the violence in the inner space that is being removed because of Nitya Puja to the youngsters. I know my own example. My daughter is in USA. Both are connected to Swamiji, and the kid also attended engineers in Varanasi when she was 5. Now you see, she is actually, before that she was always addicted to TV, seeing all the programs, but they were restricting only good programs. Even though Animal Kingdom, like that, she was focusing on that. She was very brilliant. Now, after seeing us, she started doing pujas regularly, and she is inspired very much. She is very active. Early morning, she will come and join me. Whenever I go to you, she will join me. Now, she is not only that, she is inspiring the community. Now she is 8, 9. So inspire the kids around the community, because a lot of Indians are there, even USA people are there. She is inspired them to do yoga, to do puja, and thereby, and in the studies also she is excelling. She is number 1 in the class, but she has a very good interpersonal relationship now she has developed because of doing puja and doing yoga, listening to satsangs, and she is also asking questions to me through voice message. I am also giving the feedback to her. So she is doing extremely well. So it is that the early stage it has to be done. When we start at the age of 5, that is a time up to 6 only the brain formation is very perfect, the scientists say. If you start the practice then, it is going to help them immensely in the future. Not only for them, they are going to inspire many people. What the Gurukul peoples are going to change the entire world, I could understand that when Swamiji talks about it. So it is good for the kids to do Nitya Puja and also join Gurukul. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Aya. So I just wanted to add this bit along to the previous point which I had said. I'm not saying that watching TV and watching movies is something which should be avoided completely. That is left to an individual decision. But when someone wants to spend time with themselves, that is, spending time with themselves is not equated to watching TV and deluding themselves from their mind and so on. Spending time with yourself should be defined as doing yoga, doing meditation, doing the Nitya Puja, and not as using it as time to delude yourself. Watching movies and TVs, yes, that should be categorized as entertainment, but not as spending time with yourself. So there's a very big difference between the both, and many times this line is very blurred, and people start mistaking one for the other. So detoxing yourself and talking to yourself is actually the only way to detoxify. Talking to Paramashiva, to the Paramashiva residing inside you, that is one of the detox. We are speaking about 3 types of detoxification. One is the detoxification which happens when we take bath on the outer body, where we put makeup and we try to make ourselves look good. Then the second detoxification which happens inside our body, the cleaning of our stomach, of our intestines, of the various toxins living inside our body. The third detoxification is the detoxification of the inner space, which can happen only through unclutching, only through Nitya Puja. So when we say that we're spending time with ourselves, we need to redefine that as doing meditation and doing Nitya Puja, not as entertainment. Entertainment is separate and spending time with yourself is separate. This is one clarity which I wanted to bring out. So Raja Maharaj, something you would like to share?
Actually, the entertainment industry and the tourism industry really feeds off people's need to escape. Actually, the delusion and deluding yourself people don't understand that you're actually doing that, but actually they know one thing. They know that they need an escape from the regular day-to-day. They need to a little separation from that day-to-day pressure, tension, stress that they go through. They need the little release from that. So that way, the entertainment entity and that need is what the entertainment industry will take on and say this will be. But that entertainment doesn't produce any solution for fixing the other thing. The more you dive into the stress, the more you dive into the work, and the more involved you get into that, the more you'll need the entertainment industry. So it's it really sucks people's energy out and doesn't let you to have a time to sit and heal yourself, sit and rejuvenate yourself. And that is what puja will be a real solution if youngsters do it in the morning and sit with themselves and rejuvenate themselves more than what the entertainment will give them. That's what I wanted to add.
Yes, Maharaj. So with this, we'll be moving on to the next question. For some youngsters who might find puja unattractive, what are the ways we can give them the correct understanding? Yes, so something in the West, as Raja Maharaj had previously had shared, in the West, many youth find doing yoga and doing meditation attractive, something which they themselves can dive into. But when it comes to puja, you do not find that many people involved. You do not find that many people associating themselves with this idea, with this kinds of puja. So this is the unfortunate situation of many youngsters, many Indians in the West and around the globe, where they are very open to doing yoga and meditation, but not towards puja. Unfortunately, the secularistic ideas, which are, as Swamiji told the other day in Satsang, I am all for secularism in politics, but not for secularism in religion. So what is happening is not only in politics, but in religion as well, secularism has started to creep in. And because of that, it is directly affecting and directly destroying the Nitya Puja lifestyle in Indians, in Hindus, and it is moving youngsters more and more farther away from the Nitya Puja aspect. The only way I feel we can bridge this gap is when we work with every single youngster, every single individual on a one-on-one basis. And bring them, one is to share our own personal experiences about Nitya Puja. Two, bring the love of the master in them. That is one of the fundamentals of what is Nitya Puja. Offering your devotion to Paramashiva, to Swamiji, is Nitya Puja. Swamiji's love for us is his uplink connection, and our bhakti for him is our download connection. Swamiji's love for everyone is always there. The internet is always up and running. You will never find the internet down at any moment. But it is the downlink connection only which we need to work on. So giving people the cosmic internet connection, giving people the bhakti on Swamiji, sharing his leela, sharing his stories, bringing them to Swamiji's satsang, giving them the guru-disciple relationship which you have cherished and you have enjoyed in your life is one of the fundamental things which we need to do when it comes to making puja more attractive for youngsters. Because what is puja basically? Puja is basically connecting with the master and experiencing his love, his blessings. Because of his love, powers manifest in our life, experiences manifest in our life. But it is not that just by doing puja like a mathematical equation, you do puja, no experience comes. That's not how puja works. Puja is you manifesting his love throughout your entire day. It is because of that love so many beautiful, miraculous, magical things happen in your life. This is a fundamental understanding with which I think can only happen on an individual person-to-person basis, where we work with every single individual and give this understanding, spend time, do the hard work, and make them also as devoted to Swamiji as you are. Bringing them this context, making them also experience the love which you have received from Swamiji is the only way to bring Hindus away from secularism and bring Hinduism back rooted in its mother nature, in its mother tradition. No one is against secularism, but secularism has its place, religion has its place. Mixing both of them is where neither of them come and neither of them fulfill the purpose of which they are trying to achieve. So this is a very important point which needs to be addressed and something which we need to start working actively to solve, where Hindus We need to bring them away from secularism in terms of their own spiritual and religious practice, and bring them more and more back aligned to the backbone of Hinduism, which is the Nitya Puja, the Guru Shishya Sampradaya, the Ishta Devata tradition. All these things Hindus need to be brought back. Hindus need to start practicing in their day-to-day life. Or as Swamiji has said, if Hinduism does not exist, there will not be a world to exist anymore. Within the next 30 years, the world as we know it will not be the same way if we continue to let Hinduism drown, if we continue to not support and handhold Hinduism for the whole world. Yes, Raja Maharaj?
Thank you, Maharaj. And yes, the point that I was saying is the youngsters may find puja unattractive. Actually, what is it that is there? What is it that they are fed that is making? What is it that is they are fed that is attractive? Yoga and meditation, yeah, they are being promoted as something very attractive for you to be able to be successful in your future. To have success in your future, to be able to cope with the stress and to be able to handle physically the whole world, the whole thing around you. Meditation and yoga are being told as that. But at the end of their life, actually, this success actually gives somebody the fulfillment that they want. The success actually, I know a successful person, and Swamiji always talks about this, that somebody after achieving actually what they wanted, they never feel successful. They never feel they have achieved what they wanted. They have something that Swamiji has coined as the depression of success. So the youngsters are told to go run behind that success, and once you have that success, then what? Nobody tells you that. Nobody tells you how to deal with what happens after you get it. Then you'll be happy. It's what is promised, but that happiness never comes. You just lived your life so much in running that you cannot stop running. That when you have finally achieved it, you feel not completely content with your life. And how puja can actually be something that can become attractive to youngsters is knowing in puja that success or whatever you achieve. See, if you look after 10 years in your life, do you want to look back in your life and think that I have achieved everything and I have done it, look at me, I have done that? Doesn't feel as good as I am blessed with it. The context should shift. The cognitive shift should be not that I have achieved something in my life, see, I'm a great person. Nobody feels like saying that. Nobody feels good saying that either. People feel good saying I am so blessed in life, I am fortunate in life. And puja really instills that context again and again, especially if somebody does puja with gratitude. Again and again they will feel grateful for what they have, and everything that they have is not because of them, it is in spite of them. It is because of the grace of Paramashiva, it is grace of Guru. It is because of him in my life. Handing off this, surrendering this ego, surrendering this hard ego that people grow up with and earn. And many youngsters see this actually. I have seen actually, they idealize their parents, they idealize their community members who have been successful, who have achieved lots of money, who have achieved great things, and they have achieved that. But they find that their internal life, when I've seen the youngsters go and see their actual life, they are not so happy. They see that, and they see when they also achieve that, they also find themselves not so happy. And what they do actually, they start blaming the elders and blaming the older people. They say, you only told that I should run, and then when I also ran, and finally the same depression you have, I have. That actually is what is happening amongst even the second and third generations. They see, the same depression you have, now I have. You told me to run, I kept running. Now what there is. And even the tools of yoga and meditation, which are supposed to help me unclutch from this world, are even just may help just to cope with the running. But it's not given me any gratitude in life, the contentment in life. And beautifully Swamiji teaches in our first level programs that the contentment in life comes when there is gratitude. Always the Sahasrara Chakra is blocked by discontentment and is opened by gratitude, not contentment. It is opened by the action of gratitude when someone sits and offers gratitude. So the way that it can be attractive to the youngsters is that you can ask them, do you want to look back in your life and think I have achieved something, and think that I have done all these great things, and find yourself to and be only self-centric, only about yourself? Or do you want to look back in your life and think, oh, I have been blessed with so much things. Paramashiva has been there guiding me throughout my life. I have so many people in my life. So many good things have happened. A life that is all about expanding, and including more people in your life is the life of a Hindu, is the life that Swamiji is promoting. So if every day somebody sits in Guru Puja and just gives gratitude every day, this daily practice of gratitude will make somebody in the future very humble to their past, to their own past, to all of what has been given to them, such that there won't be any ego that is there that will cause tremendous amounts of depression of success, such that they can look back in their past and think, I have been blessed. So this attitude of gratitude will be something that will be something very attractive to the youngsters.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for your sharing. Is there something you'd like to add before we move on?
Yeah, something I would like to add. Thanks, Maharaj, for giving a beautiful clarity. The context, if you see, why the puja is maybe initiated to the youth. Because I actually Googled and made some research. The secularism is the concept of Western Europe because they had intolerance to other religions. So, luckily they are democratic. So, they brought secularism. But what happened in India is we really copy whatever England does or France does, we copy here, and it has become a vote catching. In the process, what happened in the last 70 years, the syllabus have changed for the kids in the schools, universities, everywhere. It is actually to bring the concept of secularism. They destroyed Hinduism by giving the syllabus. The people who studied those books and got their degree, diploma, and PhD, naturally they became neo-Hindus. So, if we have to do that puja more attractive to the youth, the change should happen here. They should be inspired. Now, when the individual makes the world, when the change happens in the individual, it spreads to the society around them. Like that, many places it happens, as Swamiji proposing that micro Kailash everywhere, all over the globe, the change will be perceived beautifully. The kids will be inspired to do puja. As Maharaj has said, what the effect of pujas is clearly said. If they start understanding that if it is happening in the house, the ambience is created, environment is created, they will definitely change. They will do puja, it will become attractive for them. Not only they change, they will change the future world also. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Aya. So, moving on to the next question now. How does the Gurukul system help in keeping the Nitya Puja science alive? So yesterday, those of you who were with us here yesterday for the Jivata Sadas, Digambaraya had joined us from Maharashtra, and he had shared a beautiful point on the Kailasa ecosystem. We were discussing about the Kailasa ecosystem, and at that time he had mentioned a very beautiful and significant point where it is only because of the Gurukul system that Kailasa will be possible. If there is no Gurukul, then no Kailasa is possible. This is a very beautiful point which he had brought up yesterday during the Jivata Sadas. And so I wanted to expand a little bit more on that. And now here we have the question, how does the Gurukul system help in keeping the Nitya Puja science alive? So if we look back to when the British had come and invaded India, the first thing they had done was they destroyed the Gurukul system. It was a systematic, planned attack where they step by step decided to plan and destroy the pride and the prosperity of Hindus and Hinduism. By attacking the Gurukul system as the first step, they had literally cut off the lifeline of prosperity which was flourishing for thousands and thousands of years in India. Reviving the Kailasa ecosystem, reviving the Kailasa nation, reviving Hinduism itself can only be done if we fix back our lifeline, which is the Gurukul system. Many things, even as Raja Maharaj had, I'm bringing back to the point Raja Maharaj had shared yesterday. Many things, even though parents and elders do not practice in their own life, they always ensure that the youngsters in or the future generations have it in their life. For whatever incompletion or whatever SDHD they might be going through, they will not put that on the future generation. They will always want the best to come out of the future generation. It is more or less the same principle about Gurukula as well. Whether people practice it in their life or not, they always want the next generation to be the best out of them. So by building the Gurukul, by making the Gurukul lifestyle, bringing the whole Kailasa ecosystem with the kids in the Gurukul, for making that happen, naturally everyone else who is making the Gurukul possible, making that ecosystem possible, also has to become integrated, has to become spiritual, has to follow Hinduism themselves. Kids do not listen to other people and learn. They learn by seeing, by actions. They learn using all the senses together, not just one. So only by living that lifestyle, only then kids will be able to imbibe, and only then they are going to practice it in their life as well. This is a point I wanted to bring out in terms of how Gurukul system helps in keeping the Nitya Puja signs alive. It's not that just the Nitya Puja signs which they will keep alive. They will keep alive the future of Hinduism. Whatever is there and whatever we are practicing right now, only when we impart it in the future generation, it is useful. Otherwise, all the struggle, everything Swamiji has gone through for the past so many years to keep Hinduism alive, unless it is imparted to the next generation, unless they are convinced about it and they take it up upon themselves to follow, unless they are convinced that this is the ultimate lifestyle, should be followed, not because we are obliged to our parents or we are obliged to our tradition and our lineage to follow this, but it is the ultimate lifestyle. It is the only lifestyle in which you can manifest and prosper the way you want. Yes, Raja Maharaj?
Yes, thank you, Maharaj. Yes, it is a very good lifestyle, and actually, if you see how the Britishers came and basically even made their education system attractive, you can see you can tell the parent, look, who is your kid? Why is your kid sitting and chanting mantras? For what is that any use? He is going to be an industrialist. He is going to be able to build machines, right? So why don't you put them in this school where that he will be able to have a useful future? Convincing like this only, the Britishers would have convinced them that, look, your future is industry, your future is engineering, your future is advanced technology that is coming from Britain. And then they're convincing like that, and then the parents will be like, yes, the future is going to be that, so I have to put my kid and remove them from this is how they would have systematically broke the system. Fortunately or unfortunately, you can take it in either way. In this time, if you look at the way the world is turned and the way the world has changed because of coronavirus, right? There is a very big necessity now for the Gurukul system, and especially for Nitya Puja, because more and more people, as Swamiji said, are finding that finding themselves alone with themselves, finding that there is nothing to go out and do anymore, finding that they have to be sitting in one place always, and finding complete irritation and frustration with not being able to have a future where they're active in building something or going something and making. They're finding that their future is actually alone, and this is the future you're going to promise to your children. So to be able to have your children be able to cope with that, being alone, being with themselves, then why not give them the highest truths of Nitya Puja? Why not give them the highest possibilities of being able to, what you can achieve by just sitting in one place, which is what Nitya Puja is. Where Swamiji himself says that the most productivity can happen in just sitting in puja. So just sit in one place and tell them the possibilities of sitting in one place and manifesting. Swamiji said very clearly that the richness, the wealth is there in the future only in the people who are able to sit in one place and manifest, not in the people who can go. So it is a promise of Hinduism to the adults of the world today that the Gurukula system will help keeping the Nitya Puja alive. It's not a matter of keeping it alive again, as the Neo-Hindutva movement is saying, oh, the tradition was destroyed, oh, we need to revive. It is not a matter of reviving the tradition. It is a matter of saying that tradition as a solution for today. And the solution for today is combating that aloneness that you will feel in the future, combating and knowing that you have to do everything on your own, and it will be a little bit different kind of a world today. So the best way is how the Gurukul way, where a child is taught to sit in puja every day alone with them, in the silence with themselves, and find and experience the ultimate bliss alone with themselves. And that will be the best solution for the future. If a person is capable of sitting alone with themselves, sitting in one place, he can command the world and the world will move. So that is the revival of the Guru. That is what Gurukul is, and that is how Gurukul through Nitya Puja will help change the world. And this is definitely the way that we should tell all the adults who want to see a good future for their children, to say that in the future there's nobody we don't need any more clerks, we don't need any more engineers. We need stable people who can power manifest and create a good environment just by sitting in one place. That's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raja Maharaj. Yeah, is there something you'd like to add?
Yes, something like that. I fully endorse the views of Rajendra Maharaj. Actually, what happened, if we introspect, we know that India, Gurukul system was prevailing before the invasion by the foreigners. After the British came here for business and cunningly invaded India, they systematically dismantled the system of Gurukul. Why? Because they hit the people on the stomach. They said, this qualification is not sufficient for getting a job in India. So if you want a job, you have to be a graduate, be a BA. Because they didn't even brought engineering here, technology here. They wanted stenos, typists, and further help to rule the country. Because India is a big market for them, which is a source of raw material for the European countries. That is why not only England, France, Dutch, everybody keep and make it as a colony, part of India's colony. Only England had great cunningness, so they could be able to conquer most of the India. Now we have to reverse this system. Definitely, we are seeing with my own eyes, we are all witness to what is happening, what the Gurukul system is doing. This is a process of reversing the evil happened in India. Now the people are educated, a lot of technology is coming, software we are leading, after brain industry came, Indians are ruling. Swamiji used to say, now the Indian immigrants who has migrated to other country, they are the richest ethnic class, wherever they are working. So now we understand the capacity of Indians, because even in India, the ambience was not there. Definitely, when you are ruled by foreigners for 1,000 years, that will be there. Now the impact is over, it starts changing. Even school, college syllabus are being changed. The Gurukul system is going to do many wonders. So it is better, because we are not able to get a good education. We should bring the kids to the Gurukul. Gurukuls, online Gurukuls are there. It is very easy for them. Part-time Gurukuls are there. So that they will inculcate what are the aspects of Hinduism. Hinduism is, we were aggressor to any country. Even when they were putting war on us, we kept quiet. That is a type of, we were tolerant people. We are not intolerant. There is no choice for secularism in India. It is only a vote-catching machinery. So the Nitya Puja and the Gurukul, we should inspire more people to do and change the system, reverse the system. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Aya, for you've done a lot of research and in-depth analysis on how Hinduism and how India has been structurally, systematically in the state it is in now. Thank you so much, Aya. So with this, we'll be leading into the last question for today. How does doing the Nitya Puja maintain the Gurukul atmosphere? So how previously we discussed how Gurukul supports Nitya Puja. Now the question is, how does Nitya Puja help in supporting the Gurukul atmosphere, keeping the Gurukul system alive? How does Nitya Puja support towards that? That is the question we have with us here now. Raja Maharaj, anything you'd like to add?
Yes. Ajay Raya said that puja is starting in the home. Everybody gets involved, and the whole life and movement around the house is centered on the puja that happens every day. So in the same way, in Gurukul system, in Gurukul, the whole day the kid is thinking about the temple, thinking about going back and seeing the deity, and then after seeing the darshan of the deity, the whole day is just a preparation for seeing the deity again tomorrow morning, again seeing the darshan again. So whatever you receive as darshan from the deity in the morning, you hold that inside you for the whole day. You cherish it the whole day. The beautiful experience that you get in puja, you want to cherish it the whole day, and you want to keep it as a beautiful sentiment. And anything that comes to poke that or combat that, you strengthen your resolve in saying that, oh, today I had a beautiful experience in puja, today I had a beautiful experience in the darshan in the temple, and I want to keep that. That should be the main thing that I want to focus on. I don't want anything to distract me. Let nothing distract me today. Let me only remember this beautiful experience. And then again tomorrow morning you work on having that another experience. You go and open up in front of the deity and ask, please show yourself to me, reveal yourself to me. And that way you strengthen every day. In that way your whole day and your whole ecosystem is supporting you being able to again come back and sit in puja in that same space. So puja every day takes everyone to the next level also. That's what I wanted to share.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Raja Maharaj had shared, as Raja Maharaj was just so what is the purpose of us reviving Gurukul? So fundamentally, why we are reviving Gurukul? To avoid the future generation ending up like how we are now, how other kids are turning out to be, with the violence and so much of where they are, how violence, so much of sexual drive, they are not knowing how to handle themselves, feeling of loneliness. There are a list of problems, and that list goes on and on the problems the youngsters are facing right now. Gurukul, the whole purpose of reviving the Gurukul system is to bring a solution to all these problems, and so that we can give the future generation a happy life. They can live happily, live prosperous, be able to manifest and make anything they want into reality. That is the fundamental principle why Gurukul is being revived. Not just for the sake of Kailasa, for the sake of Hinduism, but also for the well-being and contentment of the child themselves. As we had very thoroughly and in-depthly discussed about how Nitya Puja directly impacts our day-to-day life, how it brings a sense of depth and brings a sense of completeness when we speak to the Paramashiva, when we speak to our Paramashiva every day in our day-to-day life. It is actually Nitya Puja which is solving all the other problems of which youngsters are facing to this day. Nitya Puja alone is enough to fulfill the purpose of which Gurukul is being revived. Because when you do Nitya Puja, when you speak to the Paramashiva which you relate with every single day, naturally all the problems which modern youth are facing, the excess of violence, the excess of sexual drive, the anxiety and depression issues, relationship issues, all this start melting away. Ultimately, I'm just going to bring this back to a point Swamiji had said the other day in Satsang. When you feel lonely, when you make Paramashiva feel like an orphan, when you make the Paramashiva inside you, when you treat that Paramashiva as an orphan, naturally you will also feel like an orphan. But when you take care and nurture the Paramashiva inside you, you will also feel that life is nurturing you, life is taking care of you. This is the fundamental principle, fundamental understanding which every single person needs to imbibe in their life. And when they find a solution for this, when they start practicing this solution in their life, then it will naturally resolve all the other problems which they have. It will naturally bring a fruition, and it will really serve the purpose of which Gurukul is happening in our, for which Gurukul is happening everywhere. So Nitya Puja is directly responsible for the success of the Gurukul, success of the kids, because it is a one one solution which solves all the problems which youngsters are facing, all the problems which humanity themselves are facing. Nitya Puja is powerful enough to bring solutions in more than one aspects of our life. Yes. So, Ayya, is there anything else you would like to say before we conclude for today?
Yes. One or right. Gently I will tell. You see, we are in India. Everyone knows about read about Ramayana, Mahabharata in past are full. Even when Krishna with his sibling and Rama with his siblings came to planet Earth, they also visited read in the Gurukul only. They were the part of the ashram. They were doing pujas there. And if you see the kings also, like Panchapandavas and Gauravas, they were with all common people, they were in the ashram, as in Gurukul atmosphere. So Gurukul atmosphere is in our DNA. It is only because of the colonial rulers has dismantled the system. Even in our own home and all for marriage, any child's ceremony regarding the kids, we are doing pujas and homas. It is still there. So the Gurukul system will definitely, the Nitya Puja, it is maintained and the Gurukul atmosphere is spread all over India and world also. It will create the impact, what is required for the universe, world. So it is very obvious that it is in our system, it is in our DNA, it will again manifest and it will create an ambience in the world. Thank you, friends.
Thank you so much for sharing, Ayya. So now it's time. Before we conclude today, I wanted to say a few words to all the viewers watching us now. Over the past couple of days, in the morning and in the evening, very thorough and very elaborate discussions on Nitya Puja, why Nitya Puja is important, the different aspects of Nitya Puja. So much of points have been shared, so much of experiences have been narrated. If any of them have clicked with you, if you have had a cognitive shift, and if you want to voice out your opinion on whether puja should be part of our lifestyle or not, as Hindus, it's our responsibility to shape and take the responsibility of the future of Hinduism, the future of Kailasa. All you need to do is visit the URL being projected below, tinyurl.com/Hindu votes, and place your vote as to what do you think should be the stance Hinduism, the stance Kailasa takes for the Nitya Puja. Whether it should be made as mandatory, as a law, or whether it should be made and left to an individual's convenience. Please take the time to just spend a few minutes and visit the link and voice out your opinion as to what do you think should be the stance we take on Nitya Puja. I'll take Raj Shekaraniya, who has spent his precious time with us on the panel here today and giving his insights and his opinions on the various aspects of Nitya Puja. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ayya. So with this, we are going to be entering and preparing ourselves for the Nitya Satsang. Please sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes and bring your awareness into your Ananda Gandha. Visualize Swamiji sitting in Ananda Gandha as Paramashiva with 25 heads and 50 hands. Now, reverberating throughout your entire body, let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जयति तेऽधिकं नित्या जन्मना व्रज श्रयत इन्दिरा नित्या शश्वदत्र हि दयित दृश्यतां नित्या